Hi everybody, Robin Hyatt here. We're going to do some more art. I put these oranges up here because it is the end of summer. I'm so sad, and oranges remind me of summer. I love oranges. So if you hear some growling behind me, every time I turn this on, my dog starts rolling around and starts growling. So sorry. So I'm going to continue painting. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Okay, let's see. See if you can see her. So I'm getting her pretty good. Let me see which's better. That's always better for you guys. Okay, so we're going to paint the background a little bit. Okay. I had something really strange happen to me when I was at the grocery store today. You know, it is desperate times for some people, and those people that are addicts, it is desperate times for them. I was at the grocery store and I had a large purse, and I always leave it open. I don't zip it because it's long and it's easy access for me to reach my hand in and get my wallet out and pull it out and whatever, my phone, all of that. And so today, for some reason, I zipped up my purse when I went into the grocery store. And I'm kind of glad I did. It saved me a bunch of hassle. I was in the pop aisle, the soda aisle, and there was a guy in the aisle. The store wasn't that busy. And I walked past him. And as I walked past him, then he started following me, which, in a grocery store, you're kind of going, well, people walk around all the time and are close to you. And um, so he followed me, and I reached up to get my soda. I like that Fanta orange soda. It's my favorite. So I decided to get some today. And celebrate that this is almost done, this painting that I spent forever on. And so I reached up. My purse was kind of over my shoulder. It kind of flew back when I reached up. Both my hands were kind of up. And for just a minute. And he came up behind me and tried to put his hand into my purse, which to his surprise was zipped. So when he hit the zipper, it made me fall back because it lunged me back a little bit, and I fell on him. And then I went, "What?" And he just took off. And so we got store security, and they were looking for him, and they have my phone number if they need me. But he didn't harm me. But I'm really glad that um, we I had my purse zipped. Else he probably would have taken my wallet, and I wouldn't have not known until I got up to the storefront um, about that. And you have to, if you're looking behind this picture and you see something green, and I learned because I have in my studio here, I have an air wall conditioner, um, or a window conditioner, window unit, and they said that if you cover up anywhere that air might come in um, with bubble wrap, that's a great insulator. So anything that is drafty around the windows or anything like that, cover it up with bubble wrap, just packing wrap. That's, and it saved me so much money last year. So I'm starting, now that it's becoming cold in the mornings, I'm starting to package up this because I rent, they don't take it out and replace the window. So I just package it up with bubble wrap. So anyway, back to my story. Um, it's desperate times everywhere, people. There's so many people struggling. And I kind of want to talk about self today, since we're all struggling financially. This economy, to me, it's not working for me very well. Everything is going up. Everybody from California and Oregon and everywhere moving here to Idaho because it was cheaper for them and safer. And now it's becoming not. And I'm struggling financially. Not a lot, but a little bit. I'm feeling that I have to tighten my purse strings quite a bit. Um, But I'm not suffering as much as a lot of people are. And I get it. I really get it. And I just, when people go through this time of trials and financial woes, we lose sight of life, the real meaning of life. Maybe this is good for us in, I'm talking more about the United States than anywhere, that we in society, we have so much. Do we really need all that? No. I've downsized quite a bit just because I don't need it. And it doesn't mean anything to me. My life, my animals, that I have a roof over my head, a food in my belly, that's basically what it is all about for me. And that's very important to be able to self-sustain myself. My art's very important because it brings me peace and joy, and I hope it brings somebody that buys it um, joy also. I just feel that we're losing sight of the big picture, and the big picture is not quite what some people think it is. We're losing self. We're losing self in electronics, phones, computers. It boggles your mind, and it keeps it full, but not full of anything that's worthwhile. Nothing that's worthwhile um, that it has boggled your mind with. So just think about that. Think about what you have and what you can do without and what you can't do without. Life is so precious. Life is so precious that we need to honor life, family. Family and our parents aren't going to be here forever. Both my parents are deceased. And it just destroyed me when my mom passed away. I thought, what am I going to do without my mother? My mother was everything to me, and I really leaned on her a lot, which I probably shouldn't have leaned on her so much. But you know what? She was so smart. My mom knew everything, and she could remember everything. And she was one smart lady, and I wasn't quite as wise as she. I wish I was, but I wasn't. I'm not. And I love her so much, and I miss her every day. And my father passed away a few years ago. I wasn't that close to him, but he is a parent. He did financially take care of me, um, and that was and he adopted my brother and I. So my parents. So that says something of character. If you were to look towards something nice to say, but we need to remember, even in our trials and tribulations, we have to remember to be kind and to cherish loved ones. It's so easy to fly off the handle when you're under this much stress, and that's not correct behavior. That's what maybe the adversary wants you to do, is be upset, self-loathing, scared, fearful, and lose sight of the true meaning of who you are and why you are here. We're here for a meaning. We have things to do. And if you boggle your mind down, you won't know what they are. And you might cross my path one day, and I may need you. I may just need a smile from you one day. And maybe that's enough to make me happy. You know, kindness goes a long way. I When I moved to Utah in the 90s, this was the 90s, I had a little bit of money I took with me to start a new life. And I had actually a really good time in Utah. Met a lot of good people. And I just had a little bit of money. And one day, I just, financially, I just wasn't cutting it there. I just had a hard time cutting it there financially. It just was hard for me to get a job that paid, and then I'd have two jobs and just to support myself. And so I was at the grocery store starving. I was so hungry, and I had enough money for this and this and this. And then I thought I had enough money. I knew how much money I exactly could spend. And I was like $3 short when I went to the checkout. And so I was kind of thinking, okay, what can I go without food wise or toiletry wise? And because I wouldn't rely on the church, I didn't want money from the church. I wanted to do this on my own. And so the man behind me said, "Here you go. Here's $3." And I go, "Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I can't take your money." And he says, "Pass it on one day when you can, when you are able to pass on this kindness." And I wanted to cry so bad. That meant so much to me. And like 20, 30 years later, I remember him. I remember his kindness. And him telling me, when you can, pass it on. And I've worked hard to do that. And I have to be careful because sometimes I pass it on too much and then I come short. So I have to make sure that I can afford to pass it on. Don't pass it on when you can't afford it. But when you can, when you come into abundance, then you pass on some of that wealth to other people that need it. And you will be so blessed at your kindness. And that kindness will come back to you in your life. And it will just honor you. That kindness will just honor you. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to how you're treating other people, your families, in these hard times. Be cautious of those that want to take from you, because there is people that do want to take what you have, which is wrong. So you know what I did when I came home, and this young man had tried to take my wallet, obviously, out of my purse, then took off when he realized he couldn't do it. I came home and I prayed for him because I know he was probably on drugs. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but you could kind of tell that he might have been a little bit out of it and scruffy, and or he just needed money for food or whatever. And I prayed for him that he will see the error of his ways in stealing, and that I prayed that he will be able to have food in his stomach, and that he will be able to rise above whatever is haunting him, controlling him. So, we in this world, if we're going to make it past where we are at, we've got to help each other. Because times are becoming so hard. We've got to help each other. We've just got to. And it's getting to that point that we can't rely on government. It's just getting too hard to rely on government anymore because they're not taking care of a lot of issues that would be helpful for us in this world. But because they have too many agendas. They have so much agendas that they're trying to accomplish, and we're just the little man that carries the whole United States afloat. And I just heard too that Um, there's some new housing developments that are happening here, and they're finding that immigrant families are moving into these homes as they're being built. They have nowhere to stay, um, and they are immigrants, and they're probably here illegally, and they're residing in homes that are being brand new homes that are being built that aren't locked down, and they have cars. And one of my friends lives by just moved into this home area, and they'll start up their car and sleep in their car when it gets too cold at night, because there's no heat and these homes are not finished. Isn't that sad that in the United States that we have people? I mean, is it so much better here than their home, that they have to sleep in a house that just is starting to be built? There has to be. Why can't we find out a way to take care of people or do what, I don't know, in their hometown that they came from? How can we make life better for them so they don't have to come to the United States and live among strangers, where they can live in their own society, but they can live in harmony with their society? What can we do in this world to make it so people can stay in their own um, country and live decent? There has to be something. There has to be. We just can't all survive in the United States. We all can't live here because it just isn't. It isn't enough. It's not big enough. You guys, write your comments down below. Let me know what you think of what I'm saying. If you have something to add to it, let me know. What do you think about her? She's turning out pretty cool, huh? So, you guys, peace out. Have a good day. I love you. Think about these words. It is kind of hard. It's hard for everybody here in the United States. So, enjoy your life, enjoy your day. Thank you. Thanks for joining me today. Bye bye.